We are already resilient. We are born for resilience. We are born for strength. We are born for courage and purpose and contribution. But there are a whole range of circumstances in our life that have meant that we haven't been able to fulfill that promise to ourselves and our families. And the genesis of some of those issues that are complex and difficult.
Trachoma is the most common infectious cause of blindness. It's a disease that occurs in very poor, remote, rural communities in general, particularly in the most impoverished places in Africa, Asia, South America, and also still in indigenous communities in Australia and the Torres Strait.
It's been shown that to go blind from trachoma, you probably need to have something like 150 or 200 episodes of infection. And that infection occurs in the first 8 or 10 years of life. So the kids are being infected 2 or 3 times a month.
Disease of the community, really. It blinds the poorest people in the poorest communities, and so takes those people out of productive employment, stops them being able to contribute in the way that they would like to.
Australia is the only developed nation where trachoma still exists, and that, frankly, is not to our credit. My fellow Australian Rotarians, this great project needs your help.
We need to change the community norm so that it's no longer acceptable for kids to walk around with dirty faces. If we kept every kid's face clean, trachoma would disappear by the end of the year.
Rotary in Australia turns 100 in 2021. So the idea was we were thinking about what projects can we actually do now that we might be able to get some results in by 2021.
The first thing that we need to do is just listen and cultivate the relationships that engender that trust and respect. And I think what Rotary can do in this space is think about what it means to be my fellow Australian.
One of the projects is chamois. In the classroom, kids all share each other's towels. The idea is to have different coloured chamois, and the kids will draw on the chamois, so therefore they become theirs.
By giving ownership of each of those washes for each of those children means that it's only them that can use that.
We've been putting 2 mirrors in each house, one at a lower level and the other one at a higher level for an adult to see. And we've been running these little groups for women to learn how to make soap, and they've loved it.
Giving the community some skills to either go on to enterprise or do anything else later. Just a fun way to sit and have a yarn about other things that pertain to their community.
We've come up with this idea to do small camping washing machines so they can wash their own personal wear.
Manual washing machines that look like a little turbine or a little cement mixer that is very small, but you can still fit a sheet in that. Some of the benefits are that it's mobile, not costly to repair, less moving parts, less water and no electricity as well. That is a big thing.
The Idea Hospital here in Victoria is one of hundreds of eye hospitals around the world that were started specifically to treat trachoma.
Trachoma disappeared from Australia, non-Indigenous communities, from London, from New York and San Francisco, not because people started using antibiotics, but because they had better access to water and sanitation.
What we're trying to do is get the projects which work at a grassroots level in communities to change the behavioural habits.
At the forefront of our strategy is that we're doing this with Aboriginal people and not to Aboriginal people.
By focusing on good hygiene, we actually have a very broad impact on the health and well-being of these people and children, not only today, but for the rest of their lives.
Join us to end trachoma by 2020. It will be a proud achievement by Rotary in Australia.